It turns out that you can get your renewal before the 30 days. The first time I went on the 30th day and I cut it a little close, and I found out that, I could have had it renewed a week earlier. So don't wait till the last day to get your visa renewal done at the Bureau of Immigration. Hi, good morning everybody, and welcome to another episode of Fly Me to the Philippines. I'm here at the community pool and complex. There's some kids playing basketball over in the corner here. You'll hear a little bit of noise, but today we're going to talk about 5 things that I didn't know when I came to the Philippines, and I'd done a ton of research. In fact, I'd been to the Philippines in 2020 for 6 days, and when I came this time, and I'm here for good, there's 5 things today I want to tell you about that I didn't know. Number 1, when you first come from a country like America, you get a 30-day visa on arrival without any application, no electronic visa, nothing. You just show up. They stamp 30 days, and you're going to need a renewal. And wherever you are, there's a Bureau of Immigration, and you need to go down there before your 30th day and get a 30-day renewal, or 29-day. And it turns out that you can get your renewal before the 30 days. The first time I went on the 30th day and I cut it a little close, and I found out that, I could have had it renewed a week earlier. So don't wait till the last day to get your visa renewal done at the Bureau of Immigration. Number 2, when you arrive in the Philippines, they're going to ask to see your airplane ticket leaving the country within 30 days. And the first time I bought a ticket to Singapore for $40 because it was a really cheap ticket, and I didn't want to risk using Onward Ticket. This time the cheapest flight I could find was $80 because I waited too long, and I used Onward Ticket. Just search Onward Ticket. There's multiple sites on the internet. And when I showed the immigration officer, it turns out I actually bought a date for 35 days afterwards. And I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna have to just on the spot buy a real ticket. Worst case scenario, but it was fine. She explained to me I'm gonna have to get a renewal. I told her that was my plan. She let me in the country, but just go to Onward Ticket, search Onward Ticket. I'm not saying that's the right site. It's like $15. You get a throwaway ticket. It's good for 48 hours at minimum. So you gotta be careful you don't buy it too early. And then you just show them that ticket and they'll let you in, and that way you don't have to waste your money on a real airplane ticket that might be 5 times more expensive. Number 3, the lines in the Philippines are notoriously long. There's a joke that when a Filipino sees a line with 20 people, they get in it, and a half hour later they ask, what's the line for? People just accept standing in line, and life is much slower here. You have to adapt. But the good news is, if you're over 65, they have senior lines. That you'll see lines almost everywhere for seniors, pregnant women, people with disabilities. And you know, being over 65, I can just walk up with my Filipina, and we can sometimes avoid that 20-minute checkout line at the grocery store. Now at the airport, usually it's senior with disability, so they don't want you skipping the line at the airport for some reason. But at the grocery store, it just says senior, and many other places you can get the senior line and avoid the wait of, because it can take like 20 minutes when there's only 3 people ahead of you in the grocery store. I can't quite figure it out why. Number 4, the weather is not as bad as I expected it to be. It's definitely hot and humid here, but right now it's 6:30 a.m. in the morning, and it's just gorgeous out. I don't understand it. I think in Fahrenheit terms, it's probably about 75. There's a breeze. The flags are waving here at the pool. And last night we went for a walk around 6 o'clock. It was maybe it was 80, 83, 84 in Fahrenheit. And it was maybe 24 Celsius, something like that. Very pleasant. I think the first week I was in the Philippines, I was just like, oh, the humidity, the heat, it was really brutal. But something happened maybe 3-4 weeks in. I've been here now on and off for 3 months. And when I get out of the car, when I get into a hot taxi, when I get into a hot car, it's just not that bad. It's not as, my clothes are not just sticking to me immediately. And so I'm maybe it's Cagayan de Oro, maybe it's we're up here in uptown in Cagayan de Oro where we have a little elevation. But here, show the flags breezing. It's just very, very pleasant here in the Philippines today. And it'll be crazy hot during the day today, but the weather can be something that you get used to. And there are times when you can sit out of the pool in the evening and it just feels really comfortable. Number 5, the food. Now, it's not Thailand, and they have the best food in the world, Thailand. And you know, there's a Chinese restaurant in every city on the planet. And right after the Chinese restaurant, you'll find a Thai restaurant. You don't often find a Filipino restaurant anywhere in international cities or in places around the world. So, you know, it's not known for their food. It can be loaded with sugar, and they don't serve too many fresh vegetables, tons of fruit, lots of carbohydrates. And I try to eat healthy. I haven't my whole life, but at this point in my life, I'm trying to avoid a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of sugar, or any sugar, and MSG and things like that. Well, Chicken Manok to the rescue. Here in the Philippines, you know, they have like an Uber Eats, it's called Grab, and no matter where you are, what time of day it is, you can go on your cell phone and order a rotisserie chicken, and it'll arrive at your front door in 10 to 15 minutes hot, right off the spit, for roughly $5 to $7 US. Maybe 3. You could, if you pick it up yourself, you're gonna get it for like 270 pesos, which is gonna be like $5 US. So there's some food options here. One of the things I found, I'd heard the hamburger meat, you know, was just terrible, and you're never gonna get a good hamburger. But if you go to S&R or Robinson's, you're gonna get a decent hamburger meat. You can have a cheeseburger once a week if you can find the cheese. They do have a store here called S&R, which is their version of Costco, and they tend to be maybe 2/3 the size of a Costco. And there's a lot of food there. It's similar to shopping at Costco, except it's not as good of value. The non-food items, or even the food items, they appeal to a certain upper-class Filipino population and to Westerners. And the prices are similar to the audience. But you can get some Gouda cheese, you can get Swiss cheese, and it's of decent quality. You can get lots of great food offerings there. A lot of things that we would like in our Western diet. And so you might want to consider living within a half hour of an S&R when you pick a permanent location in the Philippines, if you want good choices for food, you want healthy choices. And then every town in the Philippines is going to have a wet market, a fruit market, a vegetable market. For example, we paid 80 pesos per kilogram, which is 2.2 pounds, for cucumbers at a roadside vegetable market, and that is like $1.65 US. But when we went downtown to the main market called Kogan Market, we paid 20 pesos, 1/4 for cucumbers, which is roughly maybe 40 cents. So food is something that you can find a way to eat healthy. You can find your American, your Western foods. And if you like sugar and you like fatty foods, you like a lot of pork, and there's lots of seafood here too. I haven't come to the point where I'm comfortable with it yet in terms of freshness and whether it's been refrigerated properly. It's not usually covered in ice the way you'd see in maybe other countries. So food choices were something that were better than I expected, and that's something I didn't know after watching 5 years of YouTube and having been here before. So those are 5 things that I didn't know, and I was a pretty serious student of the Philippines and of the expat life. I hope these things help you when you prepare to come to the Philippines. Come back, subscribe, like, and comment. Hit the notification bell if you would. We're starting out, our channel's still new. Boy, it would be helpful if you could subscribe. Thanks so much.